Welcome back to Anime Savants, everyone. I don't even know who I want to.
Well, I'm Ugly Sonic.
Okay, I want to say a name, but I feel like it's really inappropriate for this episode, so I don't want to say the name. Okay, I'm Chi-Chi. Okay, I'm Chi-Chi. Okay, whatever.
All right.
I'm like, no, I'm not Chi-Chi. Whatever. Anyways, whatever. Welcome back to Anime Savants, everyone. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We have trauma later.
Well, so do we want to start with positivity or end
we
with
need
positivity?
to start. Wait, should we start with positivity or should we save that for the later?
I don't know. Play it by ear.
Oh wow, I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, you know what?
I messed everything up.
We're already there, so we might as well do it. Okay, so this is the Made in the Abyss movie episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, someone has had the chance to process everything that has happened. I watched it today, and oh my god. This is just
Where you want to start?
I don't know. Oh my god. So first of all, for like almost the majority of the movie, my hands were like this. Like my hands were like this. I literally was just like I think like the first main thing. At first, I was like, okay. Like the bugs implanting their larvae into like live human beings and shit like that. I was like, okay, cool. I did not think that was going to set the tone.
That's an allegory, was what we call that in the business.
For the rest of the arc. The entirety of the arc was given to us in the beginning. Like, I was like, oh my god. And that's the thing though, like that was in the first 10 minutes. Like the first 10 minutes was the bugs on a much smaller level, like a much like lower level in the ecosystem, keeping their hosts alive to use them. That was the entire theme of the arc. I don't know. It got worse and worse and worse the longer that movie went on. And I'm not saying worse as in like storytelling, presentation. I'm talking about just like pure fuckery. Like it was just like fuckery incarnate. And I do remember last episode you mentioned like a certain like moment with music and like voice. And oh my god. So we can't even get in. I can't even get into the voice part because everything leading up to that moment with the voice track was so traumatic.
I shouldn't be laughing because it was pretty fucked up.
No, it was no, but that's the thing though. You've had time to like think back on it and basically be like, damn, that was fucked up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was fucked up. Anyways, the moment that I knew that I wasn't ready for this movie was when they chopped Reg's arm off.
That was the most upsetting of all the things that happened other than the end. That was like the most upsetting thing because I think I'm trying to remember in season 1, had Reg ever really taken a lot of like damage? Because this was like
he never got really hurt.
Yeah, and this time like and it's not even like there's a fight. He's just like they just take him, and they're just like taking him apart, and it's like, can you replace that? Like it was really fucked up.
A clean cut, blood spewing from the limb.
Yeah,
him showing pain, but them saying, oh, this is a replication of pain. He's not really feeling it. So I'm like, so then what is it? What is it? Like, what's happening? Like, is he really feeling it? But then that doesn't matter because I'm still seeing a child being tortured.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, so is this the height? Is this the height? But the moment that Prishka, the moment that she said that her name meant the white flower, shit like that, I was
knew it was over.
Oh, baby.
You knew that shit was done.
You're coming out of this deformed or you're coming out of it dead.
I think that the I read both the manga and watched the movie. I'd read the manga obviously far before the movie came out, but up till then, and Made in Abyss is sort of this visually this sort of mixture of very childlike and very soft style of everything around, but then there's just like this underlying line of just absolute horror where the creatures that they run into are gross and horrible. They kill in the most disgusting kind of ways. Like, you know, things will inject things into you and then your body explodes. You have to lose arms and limbs, and it's like, it's fucking crazy. And you know that it's a real thing. And then you get to this arc here. And they do a very good job of showing you a dichotomy between like beauty and then like right underneath it, like this is the ecosystem. This is the decay that feeds the beauty. And so when stuff starts,
the decay that feeds the beauty. Oh my god!
I mean, that's what they show you. They show you this, and so I just had this feeling of dread as I was reading the first time when, you know, they have this confrontation with Bondrewd, and then he's like, "Oh, just come on in. It's chill." And it's like, oh no. No.
Okay, the thing, there was, first of all, oh my god. The last episode of the first season really fucked me over. Like, it really fucked me over because it gave me such a huge sense of hope for their future adventures. But it was like, it was a fake out. Like, right. It was meant to be a fake out because it made you like calm and like think like, oh, they can progress past like these insane levels of trauma. But no, it's just the trauma is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to be more defined, and it's going to get just, it's one thing to see people like, you know, get deformed, like, you know, all the kind of shit like that. It's another thing to like bring in the whole concept of like, I'm doing this for love. Like, love is the like motivating factor of all of this. Like, love rules the netherworld. And like that kept like sticking in my head where I was like, wait, what? But then it's fucked up because you're seeing it in practice. Like, you see all of this shit, like you see the love provide results and protection through sacrifice.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, like it's a double-edged sword in a way, where it's kind of just like, I'm happy that like my characters have these like plot devices and like, you know, savior devices, but then also at the same time, it's like when they do the flashbacks, I'm like, I'm not ready. Prishka. So,
yeah.
I mean, Go ahead.
So, I mean, I guess we could start there. So Prishka was a character that when I read it, and I read her, you know, the way she's sort of introduced, you're inherently suspicious of that character, right? Yeah. Like, which, as the story progresses, you realize that, you know, she's a tragic figure, but is not really the source of the threat so much. It's obviously Bondrewd, but when you first meet her, you're like, oh, is this like a Trojan horse kind of situation? Till you like learn more about the backstory and kind of what Prishka's origin and role is, and that's how they fucking trick you when you sort of like put all that energy into like understanding her character, her relationship with her father, what she's seen and witnessed, her worldview, and how she goes back to Bondrewd, even though you would think that that's a very bad idea. Like, all of it sets up this
but it's all she knows.
It's all right. It sets up this like tragedy. But what I was saying last week, and I've said about vaguely about this arc is that you think you know what's going to upset you. By the point when Priska goes back, like, oh girl, what's gonna happen? Something bad. But you're like, okay, maybe he just kills her. Maybe he, you sort of resign yourself, right?
Oh my god.
And then they give you the slow reveal that she's one of the fucking capsules is leaking all over fucking Rika, and then becomes a wisp. And it's like, you're like, why are we doing this? Why? But it works very well, and it's like, you keep thinking this could have been avoided, but it really couldn't have been avoided. So her sort of short stint in the story for this arc, I think, is much more effective on people who are cynical, because you think you've got it figured out, and then they fucking hit you with the mollywop, and you're just done. You're like, I don't even care that they got through this ordeal. Like, it just fucking sucks. Like, it just sucks.
I mean, yeah. How else do you put it? The entirety. I can't say the entirety of it was suffering. No, you know what? I think that the overall like movement of the individual characters, they psyched me out, because I automatically thought Reg was just like invincible.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he wasn't gonna get hurt. I thought, like with all his abilities and shit like that, like nothing was gonna happen. To see him at the very beginning of the movie get literally ripped apart, I was like, oh, no one's safe.
Nobody.
No one's safe. And so that set the precedent for me to basically be like, I feel crazy. Like, I don't know what to... anything's game. Yeah. Anything's game. So... in that same vein, I do really like how they developed several things in the movie. Reg's flashback, I don't know who the fuck that was, but the use of the cables as like a circular like propulsion system.
Cool.
Like, oh my god, that shit was so cool. Listen, the Sakuga, like, I loved it. Like, it was really great. There were scenes where it was just like one shot like things of he and like Bondrewd and whatever. I was perfectly fine with that. Bondrewd as a villain, I think this is the one thing that kind of got me the most, was that nigga is still alive. They did not defeat him.
No, he lived. And they even imply that he's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's
going to continue to do his fuck shit because it didn't show them destroying the relic.
And they didn't.
They didn't destroy the relic, which means he's going to continue. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Bondrewd is high-key one of my favorite villains. Like, in anime. Like, he's one of my favorites.
You know what, James? The creepiest part about this was the voice actor's portrayal of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The like the heightened voice, like the calming thing, and like Nanachi said it perfectly. He was like, "Your honeyed words." I was like, yes, like his entire portrayal of that character made him seem like, like just the tones. It's how you say it, not what you say.
Yeah.
It's how you say it, not what you say.
Like, Bondrewd is such a non-human in this. Like, first of all, his outlook is one that is like an extreme utilitarian sort of like by any means necessary kind of outlook. Maybe let's start at the beginning. So what we know about him is that he did some crime somewhere in the real world, became went into the abyss, made his money and his fame selling and doing illegal black market stuff. So that setup, bad guy, criminal, black marketeer, already screams unrepentant kind of bad guy. Then you start to like learn about all the things that he has either succeeded in doing or has been trying to do. His accomplishment of getting down to the 6th level and coming back up. I mean, that's like the central, I won't say mystery, but like as you kind of learn in season 1, the force field.
I feel like that's where he got his relics.
Yeah, like, yeah, that exactly. And like the idea that his whole outlook is, I will do anything to advance this, technology, the science, the whatever, for the threats that are coming or the problems that are coming for the next 2,000 years. Anything. I will sacrifice. I don't have.
He specifically said 2,000 years. I remember that.
Yep. Yeah. And he's like, because I'm willing to go do any means, I'm gonna accomplish things that are great, but like that's who I am. I am comfortable with who I am and what I'm willing to give up. And when you start learning the backstory of, say, like the Umbra Hands or the children, you realize that like Bondrewd is not your typical like, oh, he's a slaver. Mind you, I'm saying he's an ethically horrible person.
Yes.
But like he doesn't hate the children or necessarily exploit he doesn't. Because
he does it because of that specific scene where he threw Reg down into the bottom of that fucking pit, and he was calling all of the fucking like Malnomans by their name.
Yes.
And I was like, this is so, yeah.
Yeah, he's twisted, absolutely, but he's not like a mustache twirler, and he legitimately did raise Prushka, like,
yeah.
That it was just, she was just a kid of one of the Umbra Hands who became one with, but he legitimately did raise her. I mean, it wasn't like it was usually when you have the story, there's always a scene where like the villain reveals that I never cared for you, right? And that's just not the case. It's just that once she became useful for something else, he was willing to do and use anything and anybody, and it didn't matter to him,
But that only happened because he learned of what happened with Nanachi.
Exactly. Otherwise, yeah. Right. And so you have to like think about those things when you think about his character, because it's not enough to just be like, oh, he's evil. There's layers to it. So I love his character. His abilities are fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy. Oh my god. Okay? He's got like 8 billion relics. All of them are like super cool and weird.
Here, like, yeah.
Like, yeah, he's like a box of tricks. Like, he can do anything. Like, when you find out that
Did they ever explain the tail?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, in the little so in the manga, in like the volumes, they do have like information about some of the relics and their like auction names and stuff. The only thing that people know about the tail is that it may not technically be an artifact, and instead it might be like there's a creature inside the cylinder. So it's just something that's like it seems like something Bondrewd either made tamed. Or found, yeah, or tamed or whatever. But he uses that to like get around, which is cool. But like the favorite ones that I like are, number one, that fucking Sparagmos, the one that shoots the laser.
Yeah,
that's very similar.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like that shit's fucking
core
cool.
Power.
Exactly, yeah, that shit's fucking cool. And then I don't remember what the name of the one that he uses to basically like transfer his consciousness. Like, he's using all these artifacts in combination with each other to do things that like stretch the rules of what you think or what we knew was possible in this world, to the point where he's not really even like what you'd classify as a human anymore.
He's not. And so that was the confusing thing to me, where I was like, he has the white whistles. Oh my god.
Yeah. Himself. He turned himself into a whistle.
Fucking white whistle.
That's just fucking wild. Fucking wild.
There's so many things. There's so many things. I have to say, as far as this series, and this movie in general, as far as pacing wise, it kept going. I kept getting like little tidbits of information. There was never a moment where they were like, oh shit, we ran out of time, dump this shit. Like, there was like little things that led up to things. Riko's knowledge based off of what she had read, the fucking nest, Nanachi's knowledge, or Nanachi trying to figure out how Bondrewd was like seeing through him or what he was doing. And then at the end of the day, basically being like, Nanachi is high key smarter than Bondrewd in like a weird kind of like way. And it's kind of like, how this is coming back. It's going to circle back around in one way or another. We're going to get through this. The whole thing with Bondrewd, the relics and everything. And then he never spoke to Riko specifically about her mom.
Right. Yeah.
That was the thing that I was waiting on. I was waiting on him to have like a specific interaction with Riko concerning her mom, because her mom is assuming below if she's alive. But then one thing that I went to the movie, which I was afraid of because I wanted to review certain things, but I didn't review them because I was afraid that if I looked it up on like a Made in Abyss wiki,
it would give away.
It would be the like immediate thing. But like, am I wrong? Or so the fetus died, right?
That's what I think.
While she was down there, right?
Yes.
So is Riko that okay? So that's still a mystery that was never resolved, because I remember that being one of the main mysteries from the first season when it was revealed to Riko. Okay, good. Anyways, Bondrewd, you're right. He is a good villain. He is a good villain simply because it's not a relatable aspect. At least for me.
No, it's not. It isn't. I wouldn't go that far.
Aspect, but I think it's a complexity aspect.
Yeah.
Where you are. It's not just a simple "I hate everybody" and you niggas need to die. It's literally like I have a goal, and the goal is evolving. Like in real time. Like we see him like evolve and like see how the children interact with him, where he's like, oh, well, I don't give a fuck about this no more. I want to see how far y'all can go.
Yeah.
Like, let.
It's weird. It's almost like by the end, he's sort of like, because remember in the first fight, he basically was like willing to lose the body that he was in to just see how good they were. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. How many? Well, no. Nanachi said that shit. You have so many bodies, this defeat doesn't even matter to you.
Yeah, exactly.
The main thing that stood out to me was the curse and the blessing.
Yes,
so now there's a dichotomy. There's the curse and the blessing. So when Riko was walking up them stairs, it made it seem as though there was like an actual malevolent
I know.
Like personification.
Makes my fucking skin crawl whenever I think about it. Because it's the way that it was portrayed. Yeah, I hate it. Oh my god, when her body was dissolving. Fucking hate it so much. God.
And then when they show her at the bottom of the stairs, because the first thing to me, which it's personal to me because of my bike accident, which like the tooth, like where she spit out the tooth and it was in like two pieces, and I was like, what? I was like, a tooth? Like what? And they resolved that with basically being like, these are all still baby teeth, so they were gonna fall out anyway.
Yeah, I know. Like did that make me feel better? No.
No, it didn't. Because I was like, that shit still hurts in your mouth. I know it does, bitch. Like by experience. Like what the fuck? But, right. So we had like that whole situation with like her like feeling that shit, and then you have the thing with Prishka and Mania licking up the remains of Prishka.
Fucking horrific. Fucking horrific. Horrific. The worst.
I lost it. When that shit popped out of his back and he didn't say the name, and then Mania ran out. I was like, pause. Shit. Pause. It's not her. Please tell me it's not her. I thought that we were gonna see
one of the worst panels in the
chopped up.
manga. It's one of the worst scenes in the movie.
And that's the thing, though. They brought it back. Brought it back. And they were like, we're not going to show you her chopped up. We're going to show you her individual parts. We're going to show you her skin.
I hate it.
Spleened up.
I hate it.
Spread apart.
Hate it.
And then, y'all, the worst part, the absolute fucking worst part of the movie for me, and I don't give a fuck if a white whistle came from it. The worst part of the fucking movie for me was when Rico was holding Priska's cartridge and her guts. Her guts just spilled all over Rico. And I screamed. I yelled because I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Like, oh
god damn.
They held nothing back.
No, they didn't.
They held nothing back. And you know what? We've been talking about leading up to this, or like me watching this for like a minute, because I kept saying I'm afraid because of the shit that we have, the precedents of the first season and what they ended on those last 2 episodes. So I was kind of just like, if it's gonna be worse than this, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And I'm just gonna say I'm glad that, because I watched the first season after it finished airing, so I've marathoned that shit. Bad decision. Don't recommend it. Now I'm watching it week to week. I think watching this week to week will give me time to recover from whatever the fuck they're about to give us for this second season. I enjoyed the movie. It was great. I'm a horror bitch. Like when I tell you, like, I'm the person, I think the last horror movie I went to go see was like the Freddy Krueger shit in like 2011 or 2010 or some shit like that. And I covered my face the entire time, because in movies, whenever a minor key or a minor chord appears,
I figured you'd appreciate that more than me.
Oh yeah. I can hear when some fuck shit's coming. So I basically be like, oh, I hear it, it's coming. And they're like, what do you mean you can hear it? And I was like, if there's a minor, okay, whatever, I'm covering my eyes. And then shit would happen, and I basically be like, yeah. And I'd be like, you missed the best part. Yeah, I know, because I knew it was coming, because they played different music. So like with this, and I know you mentioned this earlier, I feel like as far as the music overall, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was on brand. But it was the vocal track that you were talking about was like the final fight scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
That fucked me up.
Because I couldn't really talk about it because it's like right at the end when.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the moment where I was like, this music is perfect. Like, this is it. Like, this is the scene. I was not expecting Rico to have that hand. Nanachi, first of all, they need Nanachi. I'm so glad he didn't die, because I was expecting him to die this arc. I was really expecting to basically be like, oh, he's going to sacrifice himself for them to go down further. And then they're going to find another friend, and then that friend is going to die also. Like, oh,
but see, you think that because they fucked you up now, thinking like anyone can go. You know what I mean? Like, before this, you're like, oh, everyone, we have the party. Oh, it's so cute. Now it's like, fuck this. This world is terrible.
Also, yeah, the world is terrible. But also the revelation of the cartridges. Yeah. I wasn't ready for that. I just honestly can say the fact that, oh my God, and it sounds horrible. I would have preferred for them to just die and him to use that. But the fact that he had to literally shave away all the unnecessary parts. All of the unnecessary parts of their body. Yep. To keep them alive, to absorb the that was the shit where I had to pause. Where I was like, you're bringing children from the surface to not give them a better life, but to use them as cartridges for you to be able to easily navigate. Because
and I hate to say it, it's such a good idea. Like, it's an evil idea.
Oh my God,
but
he's thinking.
Oh my
God. One of the best scenes of the movie that I think personally was when Rico was laying his shit out to him, and he was like, I respect you. You're on my level. And she was like, I'm on your level, but I'm not evil, bitch.
Right, that's the difference.
I'm not evil. Like, what the fuck? And she that's the thing though. I like how she acknowledged, she was like, I understand how you came to these conclusions, but I cannot forgive you for following through with it.
Because it's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's just fucking wrong.
Fucking wrong. Like, oh my God. It was just, there were so many good, just like moral conundrums the entire time.
And it also ended with obviously the heroes and their ideology, I guess, overcoming Bondrewd.
No, it didn't.
Okay, let me phrase that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No, but like, from like a story and plot point of view, the heroes won, or at least they defeated him, so they get to wherever they need to go. But then we know that they didn't really win. They didn't really defeat him. They didn't really do anything. Like, this guy's still around. He sort of gave him almost like a little clap, like, good job, and then let him go.
They really didn't do anything. That nigga is still gonna run shop.
Of course.
He's still gonna bring niggas from the surface.
Yep.
The only difference is there's a hole in the mask that he's probably gonna fix, like, within a day. Like, it's not even, like, it's almost as though nothing really happened. It was just only their experience with him.
Right.
Like, and that's honestly really fucking chilling. But then at the same time, it's extremely realistic, where it's kind of just like, either you devote yourself to fucking this nigga over or you move on. What you gonna do? And
like the resolution is that they get to continue their journey. The resolution is not, oh, we beat the bad guy and now he's not gonna do all the bad things anymore. That's it. You just get to keep moving.
Because it's gray.
Yeah.
It's gray as fuck, and I think that's one of the most intriguing things about it, is that you didn't win. You won the battle, but you didn't win no war, bitch.
At all.
You did not win a war. You won a battle.
It reminds me of Street Fighter, the movie, when Chun-Li is talking to M. Bison. She's like, this day is seared in my memory. You killed my father. You shot him in the village. And Bison's like, I don't remember any of that shit. And she's like, you don't remember? And that's where that quote you always hear about, like, for you, it was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was a Tuesday. And that's really all this was. It was just a Tuesday for Bondrewd.
It really fucking was. The fact that he showed back up with his entourage when they were going down, I was like, nothing's changed.
Nope.
Nothing's changed. But I will say, I was kind of weirded out when then Nanachi tried to get into the pod and like he couldn't go through immediately. Yeah. And I was like, what does that mean?
Were you like, oh no?
Yeah. I was like, if Nanachi has to stay in the
That'd
upper levels,
wild.
I would have been like, oh, these niggas don't give a fuck about our feelings. Like, at all. Like, we literally had the past two arcs having Nanachi like the center point. And then you're like, that's cute. He can't go any further. He can't. If they had done that, I would have been like, I'm done. I'm dropping the series. I will not touch this ever again. This is trauma porn. Like, in its fucking incarnated form. This is trauma porn.
It's just like, I appreciate, after I got through it, I mean, obviously I was fucked up by when I read the manga and, you keep going, but like, after I got through it, I really appreciated so much about this arc, because when you start reading Made in Abyss, yeah, you get the feeling that like, oh, it's an adventure and there's a little bit of darkness, but the writing kind of teaches you the same, it teaches you lessons, and then it just repeats a lesson. It doesn't, like, for example, when you had mentioned before how, you know, Reg getting taken apart kind of fucked you up because the whole time you've been thinking he's the one character who's safe, right?
Yes.
He's a robot, he's pretty indestructible, you know, he's not a person, so he can like go up and down. So all the threats that make your characters feel vulnerable are all piled onto like Rico and like all the supporting cast. That's where the threat is. Reg is like the safe space. It's like, okay, they'll do things to take him in and out of the story, so to create more threat for the rest of the cast. But like, if he's on the scene, you're gonna get some like heroic shit. He'll shoot a laser, he'll take things down, boom. They then fuck with you a little bit in season 1 at the end, because the shit with Rico and that like spike thing where she's poisoned. So now you're like, oh shit, our main character not only could, maybe she's not gonna die, but like they could cut off an arm or a leg, and that shit's just not coming back. And then they alleviate the tension by actually solving the problem, right? With the hunt. And so you like go back to this false sense of calm, like, okay, everything's back to normal. And then you get this quick arc, because in the manga it's not that long, where you meet this horrible enemy, but like everything he's doing is like threatening and then taking it back. He's like chill, and then threatening again and really weird and evil, and then kind of sort of taking it back, chill, and then finally at the end you've seen Reg get disassembled, and like you're like, oh, he could get just as fucked up as everyone else. Oh wait, that's the same lesson that they had tried to tell us in the last arc, that anybody could get it. Why did I forget that? It's because wishful thinking. And that's what the series does so well, is it plays on your desire that it just be like a very normal vanilla story with like all these cute kids, and they're going in the abyss and they fight monsters. It's an adventure, yay! And then it's like, no, bitch, no. It's not an adventure. This is a horror story. Everything about this is horrible.
It is a horror story, and I hate horror, and I'm doing it. Oh my god! But that's how good it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I cannot. I have known that I've needed to watch this movie, and the primary reason why I've watched it is because I know that the second season's coming, like next current. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I have to be ready. Like I have to watch it. Which also, okay, well, we'll get to that a little bit later. If I were to recommend this series to someone, I would have to recommend basically being like, watch the first season, take a break, watch the movie, take a break, and then come back. Because it's a lot to fucking process as far as like, I wouldn't even say like emotional trauma, but just like visual, like suffering, and just like watching. I think the thing that like hit me the most was just that like, yeah, these are children and this is animated and et cetera, et cetera. But like the thing that hit home for me the most was just, I was like, these are still children. Like they don't know any better. They're still navigating the world. They're still learning. They're being manipulated. It's still fucked up in so many fucking realms. So it's kind of just like, I don't really know how to even process this, because like you can't do anything about it because it's fucking fiction. So it's one thing, but it's kind of just like all of a sudden, like I'm slightly like sliding into like real world shit. And I was like, oh my God, what if this happened in the real world? Like what if this and this and this and that and shit like that? It's just like, okay, no, this is a lot. This is a lot to deal with. Like, holy fuck it. For me, I know different people, they have different experiences, or like they have different tolerances for like fiction and specific media when it comes to like, you know, trauma or like aggression and things like that. I completely understand it. But for me, that is not my primary source of consumption. Like, y'all know me, like I'm BL, fucking shonen, like everyone's gonna live, romance, slice of life. Like this is not my regular cup of tea. So it's like processing it is a little bit harder, or it's a little bit more like, you know, bitch, chill out. Like you got to chill on that, because you're like, you're a little too sensitive for this. But it was really good. It was a good experience. And I am so afraid for the second season. I am so afraid.
No comment. I do have a comment, which is I wouldn't be as worried as much. I mean, there's a lot of fucked up shit, but the thing about this is that it's a short, because it's a short arc, a lot of stuff happens very quickly, right? And you kind of don't have a lot of enough time to even sometimes process just how quickly things go to shit, right?
Yeah.
I think the second season is going to cover an arc that is pretty long and has a lot of deep like twists and turns. Some of them I think are just as sort of like mind fucky as some of the things Bondrewd was up to, but the context of them is you're given a lot more earlier, so then you can, you know, I feel like in this series, if you understand what's going on, then it doesn't come off as bad. When you're like trying to wrap your brain around just how fucked up something is very quickly, it feels more visceral. I like the arc that's coming up, so I think it'll be pretty good. But like, it's not. They already gave you like the punch to the throat with this one. You know what I mean? Like I won't say it eases up, but you're a little more open-minded as a reader once you get past this to like what can happen.
Oh well, my whole mindset going forward is like anybody can get it at any time.
Yeah.
I mean that's just what it is. But even so, going back to Bondrewd, is I do actually like him as a villain, and I like the show and the greatness of it. Where it's kind of just like you didn't win. You didn't win. You did not defeat the villain.
You knocked him down.
You got one body, and then going back to the blessing and the curse. Honestly, I have no idea where this is going. I have like this like random I think that this is almost like a pseudo isekai kind of like thing where like the netherworld is connected to another world, and the curse is there to prevent the other world from getting to the like regular human world. But then vice versa, after you get to a certain point in the netherworld, as you go deeper, you start to feel like effect. I don't know. I don't read the fucking.
I've only read up to the end of the next arc. I know there's way more. There's probably about a year's worth of material that I haven't caught up.
Oh, so they're going strong. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't. That's where I stopped because that's what was current to the point where I was reading. So. I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of theories and other things. I have looked at certain wikis, but they typically don't have information like past, again, that arc that's coming up. So
yeah, I saw something about an E-Blue arc.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then I saw like something. I saw like the name, and then I saw like something being mentioned, and I was like, I'm stopping reading. I'm not reading anymore. I'm done. I'm not reading it. But I know that there's trauma coming for a certain person.
Yeah.
Because I read a certain name and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think the thing I can say without spoiling for people who are excited for the next season is there's a lot more focus on Reg and, you know, his backstory, and I think that like that honestly was the reason why I was so interested in reading in the first place. It's not like I don't like Rika or any of what's going on with her, but it's more like her story makes a lot more sense in a straightforward kind of way, you know, like she has one.
But Reg's a mystery.
Yeah, Reg is a mystery, so that's what kind of kept me page turning. Was like, are we going to get more information about him? And there's a lot in this next coming up arc that really has to do with him and what he does and doesn't know about his past and other things like that. So I think it's really cool. So folks can look forward to that. That's what I'm saying. Like the little Bondrewd thing. Like, yeah, you learn stuff about the world, but it's not. It's just all horrible shit. It's not. It's not
and that's about the stuff that's above the 6th layer.
Yes.
We have not gotten to the bullshit that's going on in the 6th layer and below, because there's clearly fuckery. There's clearly fuckery. Like I don't know to what level it is or what. Also, the fact that the white whistles can only be made from death.
Someone you love.
When that shit happened, and then, oh my god, I kind of had a moment where I yelped when the white whistle fell out of Priska's like cartridge, and I was like, "You're kidding me." You're fucking kidding me, man. Like you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then like Nanachi had like a flashback with Mitty for a millisecond, and I was like, no, that can't be Mitty. Like Mitty is dead. So I was like, okay, that kind of confused me for a second there, but I don't know. I thought that Nanachi was gonna like sacrifice something to get them to the next level and then like escape with them with like missing a limb. It was so much worse. It was so much worse. I didn't think that. Oh my god, Prishka's backstory. I don't even give a fuck about the backstory. The way that they drew that character. I literally was like, you literally drew a cancer patient.
Yes.
As like this little girl.
It is true. Yes, let's do a nice segue to something much more positive.
Yeah, Anya.
I know Anya is a fucking treasure. This episode was of Spy Family. I think it was episode 7. Oh man, like I don't have kids, but like if this is what be motivating parents, like shit, count me in, because like this episode,
but you cannot monitor them.
That's true. Yeah,
like
Lloyd was going a little ham in this episode. So, where to start? I guess the
Becky
theme...
is my homegirl. Becky, my homegirl. Becky was like, "Bitch, don't apologize to them. Get your ass over here."
Even though she was
like, yes.
ruining the plan. So the structure of this episode, the first half was all about Anya in school trying to apologize for punching this nigga right in his fucking face, and Lloyd aggressively helicopter parenting, using his disguises to sneak in and convince his daughter to hurry up and apologize, so that because he had given up on her doing anything academically because like, she might be dumb. So it's like, okay, we're gonna go with plan B, which is just become friends. So all the hijinks that were happening, while Anya is getting to know her classmates and struggling with the material, all that stuff, like, it was like the inner lives of children was very like well done, especially the Becky legitimately becoming her friend and sort of like her, how she kept calling her like Miss Rich Girl, and then she was like, can I become rich by hanging out with you, which I thought was very cute. But that Becky was getting in the way, and
Becky basically like, I didn't agree to adopt you.
Yeah, she's like hold on now. Because like I remember initially she wasn't into the idea of Anya as a friend, but like everyone else in the story, she kind of misinterprets what's going on in favor of our main cast, and so now she is like a legit friend and has overread what Anya was up to, and it's really cute. I like it. I thought that maybe her character was going to be a little more devious, but no, she's just a very straightforward child, and that's good. Is it I keep forgetting the guy's name. Damien, the kid?
Damien, yeah.
Yeah, Damien. That scene where Anya finally tries to apologize is one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, oh my god!
One of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Yes!
He's having his little first crush moment because this girl stood up to him, and
I
he doesn't know
love
how
the way
to process
that
it.
they animated his heart.
Oh my god!
Like the scribbles, but then like the pink still underneath it,
and he's like gripping. He's like, "Oh, what is this feeling?" Ah!
Yeah, I was like, "Nigga, you're crushing hard."
It was so cute.
You just don't know what it is yet.
Exactly. It was just cute. I was like, "You got me."
But they animated the shit out of Anya's crying, and
my goodness! Well, it was great when they would show what she looked like to other people.
Yes,
that was a wonderful,
adorable.
Oh my god! Like I was like, listen, I know why you feeling this shit, nigga. Like this little girl got you. Look at her face. Oh goodness, they had all the rosy colored everything, and
the
filters. Just the cutest little girl, and he was just like, oh, I can't take it anymore. And his little underlings trying to egg him on because they're like, yeah, get her. And you're like, even though it takes like 3 or 4 minutes for that scene to play out, damn well he ain't gonna rip her apart at all. Right?
No.
Not at all.
And I think that one of the interesting things was that like that scene wouldn't have happened without the henchmen, because she was crying because of reading their minds. Like,
which is great. I think that's awesome. Yeah,
Damien wasn't thinking that shit.
No.
Like, he wasn't. Like, he was in his head like, and they were like, oh, you raccoon bitch. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, what are you?
And then she pictures herself as a raccoon. They got the little like cute raccoon drawings in the background. I'm like, oh, come on. You guys are going ham with these animators.
But I think that's, first of all, I think this is one of like Lloyd's like faults. Where, like, you're so focused on the mission that you were there the entire day and you didn't even notice like what she actually was going through. And like, not even with the mind reading, just with like her interactions with people. Like, you could have been there and witnessed like what them other kids were saying and doing to her. But you were so preoccupied with like the Desmond mission that you were just like, apologize. Also, you know what? Fuck him for Becky, because Becky's one of my favorite characters. Like, period. Because I
got that bitch out of there.
I felt so bad. I was like, that baby didn't get to eat lunch.
Yeah, who called me? Oh my God. Who called me?
She was like, I haven't even eaten.
Nobody.
Now. And that I didn't even catch that it was him when they were like, come to blah, 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 now. And I was like, ooh, they heard her ass. And I was like, it was fucking him. That's why he said now, because she's been in the way the entirety of the episode. So, man. But I feel like at the end of the day, Becky's going to be more of a boon to all of them.
Oh, of course, yeah.
As
no
opposed
question.
to just like a burden.
Yeah, I mean, they're setting her up to be, I don't know, there's probably a mission thing that's like, she's like the get out of jail free card because she's also rich and wealthy and also connected to the target family in some way or another. But like, I just think she's a good foil for the stuff that's happening like with the kids, right? Because the show is kind of split a little bit where you have stuff that involves the makeshift family stuff with Lloyd and Yor and Anya, and when they're together attempting to do something, that's like one side, and then the other side is like what takes place at the school, which is largely Anya, and so she needs a supporting cast for her there as well. She's kind of the bridge between the two things. So I kind of like how they're setting things up. Damien not actually confessing and running away was a good resolution, because I think it's a little early for that to like work itself out. So I thought that was great. He takes off. His little lackeys are making excuses like, yeah, you know what he really meant was nah, nigga, that he bitched out and ran. Just chill out. So that was really good. Then we get the other half, or the other maybe third of the episode, which takes place back at home. So at this point, you know, Lloyd is obsessing about, you know, Anya's academic success, and he's trying to tutor her, but she's just not getting, you know, he has this line where he says like, shouldn't you be able to do math at this level or something? And like, Anya's just like, her brain is fried, she doesn't know what's going on. But you know, she's the character who is omniscient to everything that's happening here. So she knows what Lloyd is thinking and actually wants to succeed for the mission, right? But she knows that like she's struggling and gets overwhelmed and runs off. And there's a good scene where Yor and Lloyd kind of just have a parent conversation where I think at some point,
and I really liked what Yor said to him in the whole thing. No, exactly. That she asked like, well, you know, do you know what Anya really wants to do and like why she wants to do it? And you know, he, to his credit, because Lloyd is a good character, you know, he makes mistakes, but again, his whole POV is mission first, but then he connects being a great parent or learning to become a better parent with success in his mission. And so when he has those moments of introspection, when he realizes like, oh, I've gone too far with this, or maybe I need to ease back here, I need to be encouraging there, which is, I think was Yor's suggestion, is that like, didn't she respond to praise? Like, you're pushy about this stuff, and then you pull back. Why don't you just praise her when she does well, so that, you know, she wants to continue to do well? So in any case,
that scene where he goes back to her room and she's asleep, desperately trying to study, is again one of the most heartbreaking things ever. You're like, oh no, she tried her little heart out. She's really serious about this. And so Lloyd putting her into bed, and it's a very fatherly thing to do. So like that's what this show accomplishes very well, is you have comedy and you've got like the outrageous sort of aspect of the spy stuff, but it all allegorically comes back to just like good parenting and building a loving home and like all this basic ass shit. Like it ain't that deep. So I loved this episode. Loved it.
I like how Yor is being included into the family and not being seen as just like a peripheral thing. Like they're actually like talking to her as though like, no, you're not just like, you know, an accomplice. Like you're actually like family. Mm-hmm. Especially with her giving the kind of advice that she's giving. Like Lloyd would be lost without her.
Did you appreciate the little, like when she was trying to tutor Anya and how to do fractions, and all she could think about was dissecting a body, and then she got the...
And she fucked up the fractions.
She fucked it up because like, well, where's the head go? It's like, oh my God, you psychopath. You actual psycho. Yeah.
I also was thankful. I was like, oh my God, well, Anya's asleep. I was like, is she gonna get to watch her show? And he was like, I'll record it for her. And I was like, yeah, you better, bitch.
That's such a nice thing to do. There's a little touch that they threw in there. Like,
yeah, you better record it for her. The kids are the highlight for me. It's literally pure comedy. Just to hear them go, it honestly kind of reminds me of like Gaku and Babysitters in a sense, not in a like tit for tat sense, but just like the immaturity levels and like the like interactions with other people their age, and just like how wild it can be because there's no precedent. It's literally just like, I am who I am. I'm gonna fucking say what I'm gonna say, and it's just like, oh, but that doesn't always mean it's gonna be a good thing,
right?
Like, oh my God, like relax, chill out.
Did you hang around for the after credit scene? I know you said you weren't gonna watch.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
But you watched it.
Yeah, the brother, right?
So we're getting the brother coming in.
I think the brother's a spy.
Yeah. I think he's like I think he's counterintelligence.
Yes.
So that's great
because his gloves and the way that he was dressed, I was like, I think he's a spy, and and also that Yor didn't even tell him that she's married yet. So
like he dropped his shit. He was like, what the fuck? Which is great because it looks like the next episode is like them doing their best to like pretend to actually be a family, while like the brother tries to undermine it and like learn what's really going on because he doesn't trust. But it's all in the context of him not trusting this new guy who his sister is with.
Oh, okay. That was literally what I was gonna think about.
It looks that way. That's what I just watched the preview.
Him going after Lloyd.
Yeah, but like it's like again with that how they get the two layers. So technically, they are like the snake and the mongoose because Lloyd is an actual spy, and this guy is a counterintelligence. So he's like secret police trying to find spies. So it's like great. This is perfect. You know what I mean? Like you know that their relationship should be adversarial, and one should be trying to like find the other and the other outfox them, but the context is not going to be that Yor's brother thinks Lloyd's a spy. The context is going to be that Yor's brother thinks he's like a smooth talking charlatan trying to like exploit his sister, which is such a brother thing to do for like the new boyfriend, let alone the new husband. So, and then Yor, of course, is gonna be with a child, right? So it looks so bad for him, you know what I mean? So they'll do a lot with that. It looks like in the next episode. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, I honestly I don't want. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna call it that kind of show until the end of this cur. But I mean, we have a whole other cur coming up, probably at the start of next year. I'm hoping that's when they bring it back, but. They haven't missed a single episode.
They're too short. I want more every week.
Yeah, they're honestly too short. Yeah, I agree. There's not been a single episode where I'm just like, okay, is it over? Are we at the like 20-minute mark? Like, are we done? This was a filler episode. I could really tell. No, every single episode I'm just like, more. Why is it over? Why is it over? Okay, cool. Whatever. So, great episode.
Yes.
You watched Otome?
Yes, week? I did. Otome.
How was it?
It's very. I mean, they're doing more. How do I say this? Like, the supporting cast in this series is better than you might expect, even from the first like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh.
Because they come back into the story, but they come back into the story like in a growth process, because the purpose of like, so all the princes, right? Like, they're not out of this. You know, like they're still around, and Mary's still there, and like there's like, I guess what I'm saying is, when we talked about it the first time, I think one of my comments was, okay, so like I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes, they did a lot more than I would have expected them to do, but it felt like maybe the idea would be out of gas by like the 5th episode, because they kind of resolved the initial premise of him sort of like undoing this target prince characters and like fucking them up. And then, they kind of left. There's a scene where like, oh, they're all going off to do adventures and shit. So like, okay, they're gone. So what left is there to really do in the story? And to their credit, they, episode, I think 5 or 6, whatever the one that was like the cafe episode was sort of like, okay, this is a palate cleanser, and then they've sort of started up on a new story that's doing a little bit of world building, but it's bringing a lot of those characters back, and there's some depth here actually, especially in the last couple episodes around Olivia's character, because they point out that like she was supposed to be the main character, so by Leon showing up and like doing everything she would have done, and then doing it so well that she has nothing to do, that he's actually stunted her growth. And, there's all these like class related tensions, not just at the school, but among the main cast that now are where the story is living. It's in that like, like, and bullying and like, I don't know, I guess classism and like other things. Like, they actually did something in the last couple episodes. I was like, this is a fairly sophisticated by anime standards, look at these types of problems, especially among women, bullying each other and all the other bullshit.
Oh my god, the women bullying.
Oh, there's a full-on beatdown, actually.
In the new episode?
In the episode before the new episode. Yeah, there's a full-on beatdown. Somebody snaps.
Angelica beats that bitch's ass. Yeah.
So, but in the new episode, so if you're on episode, whatever from last week,
I think I'm 7. This week is 8, right?
Yeah. So it's a continuation of that. But like, remember what was that girl's name with who got her ass kicked? How she called her like a pet. And well, that continues, and it leads
she comes back.
Well, it leads to a scene that I think is actually pretty good, where Olivia basically pushes Leon to be like, okay, so you call me I'm not a pet, I'm a human. Like, what is my why are you fucking with me? This makes no sense, right? You've already denied you don't want my body. I don't have any money. I'm not as smart. I'm not as strong. I'm not like on a class level equal to you and Angelica. So like, why the fuck are you fucking with me? And he doesn't have an answer because he wasn't prepared for this. It's the first time this character does not know what to do. And the fucking AI was warning him the whole time, like, you're missing what's going on here. You don't get it. Like, you're focused on, like, the game stuff. But, like, everything you're doing is, like, you don't realize that this girl likes you. You don't realize that, like, that she's having all these problems. What you're doing is stunting her growth as a person because you're just taking on all the responsibilities and not giving anyone anything else to do. So there's actually some real weakness and character flaws that are playing into the storyline on the part of the main character, who is otherwise like a perfect power fantasy kind of misanthrope.
Oh my god, I am so excited. Okay, yeah, I cannot wait.
It's wild. Wild.
Oh my god, so it's actually doing something different.
Yeah, or at least doing something. It's trying to do something more grounded and interesting than it needs to. It does not need to do any of this. So.
But it is. So.
But it is.
Even better. Oh, wow. Okay. I should have watched it on Sunday so that I could have watched that after.
It's all good.
Save my fucking soul.
I also have like another low key. I mean, I guess we're kind of moving sort of into recommendations a little bit. I don't know. Did you watch anything else? So
no.
Okay, so I just stumbled over some ridiculous shit from this season that just flew right. Either I guess it's good. I would say under my radar because ain't no damn way I was gonna give this a piece of mind. So, are you familiar with a series called Ya Boy Kong Ming?
Yes, I'm planning on watching it.
Okay,
yes.
I can heartily recommend one. It is
it's good.
It's actually
good. I'm so oh my
it's
God.
actually good. It's actually good.
I've seen so many good like positive like reviews of it, like not just like of it as a whole, but just like people are enjoying watching it.
It's absurd, but it has a heart of gold. Again, a thing it doesn't need to do. It doesn't have to,
the opening bamba a chicky chicky
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's how I got introduced to the show, and I was like, this is going on my iPod. My phone, first of all. But apparently that is a cover of another song that was popular, I think, in like in India. Was it India? Someone will correct me. But like it's a cover of a song, I think, from like Arabic origins.
Oh, okay.
And then they like covered it in Japan, and like it's a fucking like that shit.
Well, great. So good to know.
But yeah, no, I saw like around like the third episode of Ya Boy Kong Ming, like people were like, yo, this shit is actually kind of good. And I was like, okay, let me add that to like the end of the season. Like, you know, I'm going to binge this shit one Saturday. And the further we got into the season, people were like, nah, this shit is like the dark horse. So I've been planning on like looking into it, but I would suggest looking into it. You recommending this?
Yes, because I wound up watching the first 2 episodes because of a clip of the rap battle that's from episode 1. I mean, or 2, I guess. The premise is so fucking ridiculous. It's like Kong Ming, the general, dies in battle and then wishes to have like a peaceful life when he's reincarnated, and he just like shows up as a young person in downtown Tokyo, and winds up in like a club, meets a young singer, and then shit just starts popping off. But like the fucking rap battle killed me. It killed me, and I'm like, okay, all right, guys, I see what's happening. So I just recommend it because it's light.
Rap battles the theme for the season? Because Kaguya-sama did rap battles also, and it was a shit show.
I mean, I think they got some real artists behind this one. So like there's parts where like this actually is kind of a jam, but like it's so interesting. I don't want to, this is like off the recommendation, but it's just something I always notice is that in Japan or Korea or a lot of like, you know, non-English speaking countries that have ingested a lot of American media and culture, to see ideas sort of regurgitated back to, like things I'm familiar with regurgitated back to me, but through a funhouse mirror of the other culture, is just a very surreal experience. I'm not necessarily saying it's good or bad, but like it's very interesting. And so like when I'm watching what's essentially b-boy and rap battle culture from like the early 2000s, but it's kind of been like preserved in amber and pushed through the filter of Japanese culture. It's so interesting. And so the music was good. The premise, you know, in general, is like this is one of those stories where the main character is helping people and infusing, you know, his literal background as like a whatever, like 4th century Chinese warlord and philosopher, you know, into some modern ass like EDM or rap shit. Like they did a legit 3-round rap battle, and it wasn't like, you know, a few punchlines here or there and some music. It was like full verses back and forth with the crowd, with the MCs, you know, going back and forth with like the DJ scratching and lots of like English thrown in there, but it's not insulting. It's like I was laughing. I'm like reading what's being said, and it's like, oh, that's actually pretty interesting. Like, it's cool. Like the show's fucking cool. That's all I'm gonna say. It's cool. Give it a chance. Your boy
Wow.
Kong Ming. Your boy.
You know, the further we get into the season, the more I think we were wrong in the beginning of the season where we were like, we don't really fuck with anything.
You know what it was? It was I will say we were wrong, but we were wrong for the right reason. Because I think we both said that it's those like B tier shows that really have to like stand up and show up because the sort of like reliable A tier stuff either got delayed or just wasn't hitting. Like because you know the big expectation was Shield Hero was gonna do something. I don't know why, but like people were acting like that was what was gonna happen, and that shit fell off a fucking cliff. There wasn't like a really big sports anime. And like nor were there really many prestige projects, and so you were left with like more romance stuff, of which we just got probably the best one of the season last season. So
how can you follow up My Dress Up Darling?
Yeah, like
it's so hard.
It's you're not. I mean, I wouldn't even try, but they did.
Like even the niggas who don't fuck with romance fuck with My Dress Up Darling. Like it's good luck.
Yeah, right. So like I needed. I said it when we did we were talking about the season. I just needed somebody to step up. I know who it was gonna be. Somebody got to step up though, and I think both in Mob, Otome game shit, and then also in this Kong. I mean, I don't know if Kong Ming is good. I've watched the first couple episodes. I was entertained.
Well, I'm planning to catch up on whatchamacallit. I'm quitting heroing because I really want to see.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's also
you really like you've still been like coming with it like every week and like. You've been interested in it.
Yeah.
You're just like I'm gonna continue. You went well past like 4 episodes.
Oh yeah. Because it's like it's a pleasant thing to watch, and and it's taking some twists I wouldn't have expected it to go down. Like it could turn out very well for doing it. It also could be a fucking disaster. I don't know, but like that's the thing. The B and C tier stuff, just based on description, nothing really stood out. But
yeah,
I've stumbled over some things that give me a little more excitement on a weekly basis, or at least comfort food, so that I can just like go to and be like, okay, this is gonna be, entertaining and fun. But like Spy Family by far is like the stand up. Yes, it's making me feel things. It's like, god damn it. Oh no, why are you doing this? Why? Stop.
Spy Family is the series that like if it were in the season with like the other A tier shit, it would still stand up.
I agree. I 100% agree. Yeah. So, your boy Kong Ming. That's what I got for you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have any news?
Do I have any news?
The last time, I feel like it's only been like 2 days. Has it been? It's been 2 days.
I mean, I'm sure something has happened. I don't know.
I mean, the longsword video came out.
More Monster Hunter shit, sure.
Yeah, more Monster. I mean, and y'all, like, I made the graphic last time, and no one came through. So, like, come through for fucking Sunbreak. Like, we can like we can have like a little like Anime Savants guild, and we can like grind out. It's Master Rank now, isn't it? No, wait, we have Master Rank already.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we don't. There's no Master Rank. What's
the highest rank?
It's still HR.
Oh, okay.
So Master Rank. So yeah, we can have a Master Rank, and then they might do one more. Wait, no, because they did Iceborne, and then they kind of like did a few little extra things, and then we got the next version. Oh shit! So we might get another like console release.
It's possible.
Like, I mean, that would be in their favor. So I did see an announcement for an original anime for October, Shinobi no Itoki.
Oh.
It looks like a modern Shinobi ninja kind of like mood thingamabob. Yeah, interesting. We'll see. I will watch it, but it also depends. What the fuck?
What?
Oh, okay. Neptunia has another OVA. I thought they were giving Neptunia another season, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, who decided? Actually, you know what? It's not even who decided that. It's just gonna be like, how much money do they actually have? Because this is insane.
Unlimited money.
They really do, because I was one of the people who was funding them. Also, last last episode you were talking about Urusei Yatsura.
Oh yeah.
So I was when you said it, I was like, what is he talking about? But then like right after we finished recording,
you saw
I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I definitely saw this already. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like I know what you're talking about with that.
Mama's that bitch.
So 7 Seas, which is like one of the like main translators, producers of anime in the US and like, you know, English. They are dipping their toes into BL.
Oh.
And they are starting with Titan's Bride.
Oh.
So
I see.
That I mean that's a little bit of news. For certain people that's a great thingamabob. For others, you know, it be what it be. But you know, all I gotta say is that at this point it's inevitable. It's coming. Like it's the wave is coming, and you can find some good stories without the smut. It's there, y'all. It's there. Primarily on the manhwa side, not the Japanese side. But on the manhwa side. Also, have there been any other like manhwas that you've like maybe checked out?
Okay.
Because I know you said that like you did like we had like the manhwa episode, which I feel like did you finish that? I feel like you never finished like a comprehensive coverage of that.
I think because there were just so many that it was we covered what we could. You know, I could go on for a while. So the one I think we've talked about multiple times, but I reiterate that I think if you're just looking for like the current big thing, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, which is by the same author as Solo Leveling, is just good follow.
Wait, was he doing both of them simultaneously?
I don't know if I don't remember whether or not they were. Because it's like a web novel is what it started with. So I don't know if both were web novels. They might.
Oh, so it was novels and then webtoons.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So that one is just always my go-to for things that are running right now. And then last week I talked about The Breaker. But there are a couple that I may have mentioned in the past that took a break and are back. Also, for those who are into Solo Leveling, there's going to be in Q3 this year, even though the story is over, there's going to be some epilogue chapters that are coming, as well as some side stories. So if you're into that, if you're into that series, then it's sort of kinda coming back next in the fall. The other one of the returning series that sort of just recently came off of its break was Talent Swallowing Magician, which I think is very good. There's two manhwa have like similar names. One is the Book Eating Magician, and one is the Talent Swallowing Magician. They're very different from each other. I like both of them, and both came back in the last like month or so. And one that I was reading that I don't, when I mention these, they're not all like, you know, my most favorite thing, but there's a series called Worthless Regression, which I just like because
regression.
Yeah,
what is that about?
Well, I like it because it's a regressor story, but really it's a more of a martial arts it's not like it's fantasy, but it's like really more on the martial arts side. But the main character, I think, is just like not a great person, and so because he had such a poor life, the story going forward is really about him becoming better at making friends, not necessarily getting better at and making friends, finding meaning, and not so much it's like becoming a absolute badass, which is what a lot of these stories tend to be about primarily. So you know, is it like way up there on my list of things that I've read recently that are great? Not really, but is it you know, a little different? Yeah. And then I think we've talked before about Jungle Juice, which has a ridiculous name. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's not nigga dog.
No, it's not.
Or wait, or
dog nigga. Yeah, it's
dog nigga.
Yeah, you're absolutely right that it is not that, and let us hope that nothing else becomes that.
You know what? Let me put that on my list to check up on. Okay.
But yeah, Jungle Juice it's just very colorful, and it's got a very unique art style because all of the characters turn into or get their powers from insects. So if you have like a thing about insect themed stuff, then maybe you want to stay away if you have like a phobia. But like it's one of the more vibrant series to read because it's got a very like green and reds and everything is just popping color wise. I occasionally check back in and read that one, and then I've also recommended in the past Eleseed, spelled Eleeceed. That one is again though it's like a martial arts, you know, typical shonen, but I think I mentioned at the time that its main appeal to me is that it's low-key just a cat fancier story where everyone in the story just falls in love with cats. So if you just like
well,
yeah. And all the characters are drawn in a very like beautiful style. Like everyone is beautiful.
So you might be interested in this. I will let you know when it releases. But there's an extremely high quality gacha game coming out around like cat raising.
Oh no! Don't tell me that.
And actual RPGs.
Oh no!
So like it's like you're like raising cats. But like in order to raise the cats, you actually have to like battle.
Oh no!
Like with like gacha characters. It's not global, but like the production value is really fucking insane. And like they're really pushing that like, okay, yeah, you're fighting niggas, but like you gotta raise these fucking pets. So I'm putting it out.
Oh no.
I will be checking it out. Because I think that's a nice, like, you know, contrast of, you know, chill out, nigga. Just, like, feed the pet. And also, like, you have to beat this boss, like, 10 times before the week is over with.
So I put my wife on this mobile game from a while ago called Neko Atsume. Which
what is that? I've heard of that one.
Yeah, like I accidentally found it and I was like, oh, it's just like it's the most passive game ever where you just manage your front yard of your house and you just put out food and cats will randomly just show up and hang out.
Oh, okay, that sounds so cute.
Yes, it's so cute that it made like $250 million.
You know, but that's the thing, though.
I'm in the
like,
wrong line of business.
The low commitment.
Yep.
The low commitment is literally it. Oh my! What?
Yep.
That's why they won't. That's why they're not making any other games.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Cygames won't give us Grand Blue Fantasy like the like console version? Because they're still making money off of Grand Blue Fantasy.
They don't have to. It's like, and this game is so passive. Like, do I even have it? I had one Christmas. I got a ornament that's just the fat cat from Neko Atsume. But like, cat games are dangerous in this house. You got to be real careful because.
Oh my god! I can't believe.
Chubbs, the fat cat with the little food on it.
Wait, 250 million. Wait, who are the makers? Are they?
It was like 3 dudes. It was really like one guy, but the company is now huge, obviously, because they made all.
Oh my god! Then okay, that makes sense for like 250 million to like flip a small company like that into like skyrocketing. Oh my god!
It's sickening. It's actually sickening
because
you know all you do is that you just put out food, you wait, the cats show up, and if they like what you left them, they give you fish, and then you use the fish as a currency to buy things to entice more cats to come on a regular basis. And so you can kind of like curate your own little yard. And
this is such a fucking gotcha tactic.
Yep, it is.
Oh my god!
There you go. And the loop is so.
But that's the thing, though. It's not like it's not like video game, like action
No,
oriented.
you
shit
don't
like
do
that.
anything. It's like if you have a cat that's very rare that shows up, but you like it, you will then put all this effort into figuring out what stuff you've got to buy for your yard to make it more likely that the cat you like shows up. So that's your
they're ruthless. Because in another game, they basically would just be like, this cat showed up and it had kittens, and you can share the kittens with your friends.
Don't give them any ideas.
And like blah 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 blah. But no, they would usually basically be like, because you now have access to this rare cat, you can share that access with other people. This game just seems like, no bitch, like you got access once and you better figure it out.
Yep. Well, like there's whole Reddit boards about like, okay, what is the appearance rate?
Oh, there's a subreddit?
Oh, of course. What do you mean? Of course. I only know about it because my wife found it. that there was a subreddit, and so it would tell you like, okay, you know, if you want Chubbs to show up, you put out these things, and he'll show up with like, you know, a 3% chance, and so people will take like screenshots of their phone if they got the cat to show up.
3%. It's a gotcha game. It's a gotcha game through and through. 3%.
Yeah, or lower.
But you have to buy stuff to get him.
That's right. So you use the fish, and you know the cats, if they show up, will leave fish for you, but it's not that much. Obviously, you can jumpstart the process by buying goldfish, which you can use as an alternate currency to buy things for your space, different backgrounds, different like cat toys, different
all in the
furniture.
Pursuit of Chubbs to show up.
Just to get Chubbs to show up, right?
With no. What is it? Oh my god! There's a YouTube community? I know there is.
I'm sure that
there's a YouTube community over getting Chubbs to show up.
Yeah. So as I said, cat games are dangerous in this house. Very dangerous.
This is very dangerous
to people's wallets. So I'm trying to. So you know, you can send me the recommendation for this other one, but I got to be careful because it might be bad news.
Well, it's not released globally yet.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
all right.
I mean, yeah, I'll play it a little bit before I even like recommend it to you all. But well, the game that I recommended last week, Dislight. One of the positive things that I've been like seeing, especially like throughout the like Dislight community, y'all are still furry fuckery freaks.
I messing with that.
With the actual developers, they are very, very liberal with skin tone. There are so many characters in this gacha game that are like black, Arabic, Middle Eastern, like clear, like
I like that.
Clear like differentiations between like the melanin, like and like the culture and stuff like that. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I'm sticking around, because it's actually like diverse. I don't know if that's like intentionally like a marketing ploy, but it's just something that like came to light because they just announced like brand new characters that they're releasing, and like they're not all white or Asian.
Good.
So I'm kind of just like, oh wait, so maybe some people should take advice from you, because there's one thing that I will say, and this is going to be a defining moment for Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact's next big expansion, which is their newest country, is going to be a desert.
Oh, okay. So some people of ethnic descent could be.
That's the thing. If all of the characters from that fucking country have no melanin, the Gen Zs are going to rip them apart. They're gonna rip which, as they should be. They should be ripped apart.
That's true. That will be controversy.
It will be controversy because it's just kind of just like, so they lived in the desert for their entire lives, but their skin is pearl white. Okay, cute. Got it. So this is something that people are like looking at Genshin Impact for, especially with like, you know, in like Asian communities and, you know.
Well, they did like China, right? Like, or a Chinese inspired.
They did, and they got ate the fuck up because the Chinese felt that they didn't do a good enough job on the like Chinese characters, which they did a great job on the Japanese characters because all the weebs came running. including me. So, hey, I mean, we'll see. America's probably going to be a travesty, but
let's
we deserve it. Or not we, they, whatever.
Let's be positive. It'll turn out great.
I want a magical girl. That's all I want.
Oh, wait, they don't have one? That seems like something that's a no-brainer.
No, they don't. They have like a girl who thinks she's an idol, but like they don't have like anyone who like transforms. And I'm like, you literally are like missing out on a huge like target audience that will give you excessive amounts of money for a magical girl. Like, they gave you millions of dollars for the boob sword lady. Can you imagine what they would give you for an actual idol? Think about that.
Be cool. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Anyways, yeah, wow. The tangents went very far today. I had to get my mind off of fucking Prishka. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Listen, I don't think anybody is upset about that.
It hurts. It hurts. The little fucking, just like this. Just this. And just shit, just like. Yeah, they're ruthless. But honestly, good for. Kudos to that author for just like not being afraid to go there. So, yeah. That's all I have for this week.
That's all I got.
All right, so if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Twitter, anime_savants, and then anime regular savants, or just anime savants on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Well, I mean, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you should be watching it on YouTube, but you can also listen to it on Anchor.
That's what's up. You can hit me up on Twitter at Neural Handshake, and yeah, that's it for this week. Peace out.
All right, bye. Fuck Birdrude or Bird, whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Bye.
Bye.